Monday the 10th, around 11 in the morning. So here it is. It's not been put down with mortar, but I dry cut the whole floor. And today I'm about to mix up some mortar and go for it. There might be a few little areas I might kind of screwed up over here. Kind of screwed up in that corner. It's a little bit short. So what I might do is recut that and recut these guys over here. Sorry, I'll get out of the light. This corner right here, these two and two, and these little slivers. Got plenty of scrap in that box down there, so let me come back later. Hey, Bill here, December 11th, 1:30 p.m. Well, the tiles are in the floor, at least for the floor. Shower stall, not yet. So, well, I'm not happy with the job, but it's good enough. The tiles are down, they're not squeaking, and the lines, they line up mostly. Big problem I had yesterday was I had a few moments of anxiety yesterday. Big problem I had yesterday was I was worried about coverage, making sure that every bit of the undersides of the tiles were coated with inset, so they were supported and glued down. So I think I made my I followed the directions on the bag of this new Laticrete brand thinset. I made a quarter of a bag, and I proportionally mixed the water, only a quarter of the amount recommended for the full bag. I think I had a little bit too much water, or not enough powder, and it came out. I think it was a little bit. The mortar was a little bit too soupy, or too wet, because when I pressed down on it, as you can see, all the more. This isn't grout. This is mortar coming up through the edges. And so what I have to do is I've discovered that my Dremel Multi-Max with a grout cutting bit does wonders. I've tested it. I've tested it over here, and it will grind down the gaps, so colored grout can go in. And so that's just my mistake. Just learning as I go. So it's more work for me, but it doesn't take long, or it's not that too onerous a job compared to chipping concrete away. So just grouting, just digging out the grout, and so a few tiles here and there are a bit bumpy. Like there's one right there that's, I don't know if you can see it right about there. That I think it's a little bit off. There's like these two tiles right here, I think, they're a little bit sticking up over here. They're not flat. I might have to chisel those out and reset fresh ones. And there's just where the lines come, where there were the tile, the 1 foot by 2 foot sections of tile. Sometimes they were smaller because I had to make small sections for like the edges and around this, and so but by and large, I mean, I'm going to keep the job. I just can't, to take it up and do it again. It's too much work, more tile, more money, more time, and it's just, does it look like a 30-year mason did this? No, looks like I did it. So things I learned, make sure that the tile's not so, the mortar's not so thin. Make it a little bit thicker. Another thing I did is that when I cut these tiles, I pre-cut everything, as in the previous videos. Basically I started at that corner and then went diagonally across, cutting tile. So everything keyed off of these tiles right here. And so I had to literally tile, well, I mean, if I put them down with mortar the way I cut them, I would have worked myself into a corner. And this room is, this area is very small, so I went out. Basically, instead, I did from like the first row this way, and then worked over, and then this way, did this, and then came back this way. So this over here, this lined up pretty good, and you know, is it great? No, but it's good enough. It's you know, when I do the, I had a choice of, you know, should I do the shower stall first or this one? I figured, well, I think the shower stall is more important for like making it look good, or at least being strong. And so I did this one first, and even though it's more visible, and it's okay. It's okay. Clean it up, you know, grout it, you know, put some of that sealant or whatever in the way just to make it shiny or nice, and it will. Most people will just, you know, not notice, I don't think. And so over here you got. So this is the next step. I kind of made a decision on the wet saw rental, is that I'm going to bring it back tomorrow or Thursday, and I'm going to buy a $200 wet saw. It's a cheapy wet saw, but for like the cheapy wet saw for the home warrior like me, and you know, it'll do all right. You know, to do the wall tile, that's all I need. You know, it won't last. You know, you couldn't use it as a pro. It's cheap. It'll break and not last, but for me, it's okay. 1 or 2 jobs I use it for this, maybe for the master bath, and that's it. So, you know, 168 a week, so it's already the cost of buying one. So the only drawback is you buy it, you know, you gotta find a place for it, and I don't have a lot of storage downstairs, but I'll have to find a home for it and throw more crap out. But that's the report for today, so I'll see you around. Learn as I go. Bye.